And I don't care if I'm called a lunatic, for in which I believe. But it doesn't hurt to give my heart to someone that chooses to protect and not steal. For I know what it's like to have things taken away from me. But if he chooses to accept me as is and I don't have to change prior to my arrival, then I consider it as a deal. Think about it, that's Bible. Unchurched.
Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the Unchurched podcast. I'm your girl Sapphire-J, and I hope y'all having a good day today, man. I really hope that these podcasts has been inspiring you to dive into the scriptures for yourself and to not only compare to what I've been saying, but to tap in to the wisdom of God to find your own revelation to be able to make it applicable to your life. So we're still in our Genesis series, and today we're actually going to speak about Noah's Ark, and I'll get right into it. So we're going with Genesis 6, 9 to 19, and then we'll cross over into chapter 7, verse 4 and 5. And I'm reading from the NLT version. So 6 and verse 9, here we go. This is the account of Noah and his family. Noah was a righteous man, the only blameless person living on earth at the time, and he walked in close fellowship with God. Noah was the father of 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now God saw that the earth had become corrupt and was filled with violence. God observed all this corruption in the world, for everyone on earth was corrupt. Let's stick a pin in there for a second. I don't know if you really paid attention to the last episode where I spoke about the generational curses and the murder in the bloodline. Noah actually came after the whole genealogy of Cain's family. So when you think about the world being corrupt at that time, just think about that murder gene. So God said to Noah, I've decided to destroy all living creatures, for they have filled the earth with violence. Yes, I will wipe them all out along with the earth. Build a large boat from cypress wood and waterproof it with tar inside and out. Then construct decks and stalls throughout its interior. Make the boat 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, 45 feet high. Leave an 18-inch opening below the roof all the way around the boat. Put the door on the side and build 3 decks inside the boat, lower, middle, and upper. Verse 17. Look, I am about to cover the earth with a flood that will destroy every living thing that breathes. Everything on earth will die. But I will confirm my covenant with you. So enter the boat, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring a pair of every kind of animal, a male and a female, into the boat with you to keep them alive during the flood. Chapter 7, verse 4 and 5. 7 days from now, I will make the rains pour down on the earth, and it will rain for 40 days and 40 nights until I have wiped from the earth all living things I have created. So Noah did everything as the Lord commanded him. The reason why I'm excited about this particular episode is because I kind of feel that I'm living this out now. And this whole story speaks about faith. So that's why I say I feel like I'm living it out. God has a way of granting instructions without a blueprint to follow. Therefore, when you make an announcement, whether it's on a pulpit or it's to your true few of what you have been instructed to do, they will look at you sideways, and I guarantee you, 1 out of 2 things will come to their mind. Either you're delusional or you got crazy faith. And that is literally the title of this episode, Delusion or Faith. See, I'm not going to lie, but faith back in the day, like in the Bible days, the early days, not even the early days, like even when you think about the disciples and the apostles, I feel like their level of faith now needs to be resurrected in this day and age. And I know you're like, what do you mean, Sapphire? Like, think about it. Abraham left all his riches. Dude was wealthy. He left his family, he left his estate to go on a walkathon to an unknown destination. Crazy, right? He randomly looked in the sky one night, right? Shivering in the cold because he had no shelter, only to hear, I will make your descendants like the stars in the sky. Might I remind you, Abraham's wife was old and barren. Sarai was so old, her age alone would discourage anybody from childbirth. Okay? So, not only was she that old, but she was barren. That literally calls for a dual miracle in itself. I'm sure you heard of the faith like Job, right? Abraham walked away from everything. Job lost everything. And his faith in God literally shook the foundations of the earth just off of his faith alone. So I can sit here and I can call off a million characters in the Bible all day about who operated in faith and what faith for them looked like, but I won't. Noah, before Noah, it never rained, but he was greeted with a message about there's going to be a flood. Like, wait, hold on, Jesus. I need a dictionary. What is rain? What is a flood? Hold on. What is a boat? Like, I've never seen it, I've never heard about it, but yet you want me to do it. Okay, if you say so. So, because Noah had such a close relationship with God, the Bible said that he walked closely with God in verse, I think that was verse 9. That basically exposed the fact that God revealed his inner secrets with Noah. Faith can be confused with delusion. Trust me. Like I said, your girl walking it out now. The way faith be set up today, you can gain or lose certain things. Point one, faith gains the respect of heaven. It's impossible to please God without faith. And on top of that, faith has heirs. You are bound to get a response. I'm convinced when your faith is activated, like heaven start rejoicing because now they know angels about to be sent on assignment. And that's exactly what they do. They move on your behalf when you start to partner with faith. Number two, faith must accompany works. You cannot say you have faith in God or what he tells you to do and you're immobile. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Faith drives your momentum. Faith isn't lazy. Faith doesn't procrastinate. That's big because we always put things off for later when faith is actually supposed to be now. Faith is a growing company. This is my favorite. It's constantly in the mood for hiring to put you on display as an endorsement deal to make you the ambassador. I love that. Point number three, faith willingly and unwillingly acts as a magnet. And I know you're like, willingly and unwillingly, like, make it make sense, Sapphire. Sometimes the right and wrong things are attracted to this faith magnet. Momentum, mobility, hope, expectations, birthing of dreams and visions, imaginations, excitement. Like, they are the good things that can be attracted when you put your faith out there. But let's be real, faith is very scary. I'm not going to sit here and say that, whoo, it's all candies, it's all roses and daisies. All because I have faith that God is going to do the miraculous through me, or He's going to do a new thing through me, and I have to be the first one to do it in my family, or the first one to do it. No, faith is scary. It's actually traumatizing at times. Once you sober up, that is, you are thrown completely out of your comfort zone when faith has a role to play. And in most cases, faith plays the leading role when it comes to I no, I would say faith plays the leading role because when it comes to faith, you ain't supposed to have a backup plan. And that's you can't say I believe in God, but I have a plan B in case he doesn't work out. Faith doesn't work that way. That isn't faith, to be honest. So the negative connotation to this whole thing with faith is fear is inevitable, anxiety, panic attacks, double-mindedness, uncertainty, negative opinions from others who you hold near and dear to your heart. All of these things tend to sneak up when you say I'm now living in a place of faith. Point number 4, faith must be protected. And it's kind of ironic because in Ephesians 6, the Bible says that we must have a shield of faith as part of our armor. And when you think of a shield of faith, that means it literally protects you from darts when you hold it up that's coming to attack you. So not only that it acts as a form of protection, but it also needs to be protected. And I know you're wondering, why does my faith needs protection? Not everyone is going to understand. Not everyone is going to agree with the vision that you have to release or the instructions that God said I need you to do, especially if you're the first to do it. What if you're not the first, but what if you're not the first, but your way of doing it is actually different from the normal approach? Or you doing this project on a larger scale than what has really been seen? Like loss or pain or basically both are mostly connected to a faith journey. You're gonna lose some friends in the process. You could lose some family members because straight up they think you stupid. Like you out your mind, you delusional. Keep your heirs free from contamination. Endurance and patience are birth and is said to become a complete product in the end when it comes to faith tests. So, and that actually is Bible. That's according to James chapter 1. Point number 5. As a protection, faith also exposes. Faith exposes your surroundings, your circles, your network, even your bank account balance. Like, let's be real. Like, you have a word, according to Psalms 1 and 4, that your leaves will not wither, and whatsoever you do shall prosper. And you will be the lender, not the borrower. Your bank account says, lend well. Lend to who? Sis, bro, you can't even lend to yourself. So, those around you are they going to help expand your way of thinking or force you to kill that dream? What who is around you that is that is exposing themselves, whether it's for positive or negative energy? Not everyone can ride with you in the next season on your faith journey, especially when your faith game is getting stronger and stronger. um I know for me, like I say, like this is near and dear to my heart. For me, it has to get to the point where, because I hear God with such clarity, and not everyone can understand me, regardless of your post. And I do respect and love all those in authority, but my obedience to God trumps your opinions for my life. When God reveals something to me, He reveals it to me. He doesn't reveal it to you as well concerning my life. So it will actually expose a defeated or a poverty mindset, and not just of those around you, but even within yourself. Most times we find ourselves in a battle going back and forth, trying to rationalize. Faith exposes your abnormality to the power of God and Him being in the miracle working business. I'm not going to lie. Faith And not only just expose, like I say, the people around you, but it actually expose the the deficiencies in your own heart. So, like, let's be real. Most times we hear God with such clarity, but we are too much of a coward to obey. No need to check yourself into a mental institution. You're not losing your mind. You're not going crazy. God always asks for more than what you can give in any event. So, faith isn't supposed to be activated or done through your own strength. The gift of faith, because it is a gift, only follows through with ease with the help of the gift giver, who is the Holy Spirit. So instead of allowing fear to cripple you on this faith journey, um, let your first lesson on this faith, let your first lesson in this faith journey to be one of rest, where when God is instructing you to walk on water, you're not panicking because of all of the waves that's going on around you and all of the chaos that's happening, especially when you know that you're in alignment with what he is saying concerning your life. Storms are natural disasters. They're going to happen regardless if you're in or out of alignment. But as long as you're in alignment and you're obeying what he said that you ought to do, then get in a posture of rest. And as a result, let your faith be activated today. So that's my word to you. Let your faith be activated today. And it doesn't matter who thinks you're delusional. Hey, if you won't call yourself delusional, but you're still on that faith journey and you're doing what you've been instructed to do, then go right ahead. But I guarantee that in the end, you will be like a Job who lost everything and will receive double for his trouble. Catch you on the next episode.